check out what we've got here. We've got 6 new chickens. The 2 brown ones are actually Isa Browns. So they're 2 new hens for our chickens, for our egg production. And the other 4, the big white ones, are broilers. So they are meat chickens. And in about 6 to 10 weeks time, they're going to be ready to go on the table. So little tiny chicks, but very, very soon they're going to be nice and big. So there you go. There's our meat chickens. This is day 1 of having them. And we've got them in their little cage with some water and some warmth, and they're all ready to go. Well, it has been 7 days. I can't believe it's been 7 days already since we've seen these little fellas. And these are our meat chickens here at the front. You can see him there. And the little ones at the back are the chicks that the other are the Isa Browns. So we'll just set them to move around a little bit and we'll show you. But you can see how much they've grown in 1 week. They're huge. So here we are. Here's the little Isas. Come here, little buddy. Here we go. So here we are. There's the Isa Browns. And you can see them at the front here. And they're just ducking in underneath those guys. So these were all bought at the same time. You saw them in the other footage. Now, we did lose one of the meat chickens on the very first night, unfortunately. That's a heat lamp hanging there in the middle, by the way. So there we go. So you can see how much they have grown in 1 week. That's why they call them a super breeder chicken. And that's why they grow so quickly for meat production. So there you go. That's the difference. The little ones are tiny. And they were trying to get underneath that lamp at the moment. But there you go. That's the size difference between them. Absolutely ridiculous. It's crazy. Now this is looking directly down from the top. And you can see the size difference. This is 1 week's growth, folks. So that was last Friday when we brought them home from the last video. And that's it now. This is 1 week later. And you can see how much the meat chickens have grown. So they are absolutely amazing how fast they grow. You see the little Isa Browns there just ducking around. And so the 2 on the left are the Isa Browns and the 3 on the right are the meat chickens. There you go. That's crazy, isn't it? Here's our 3 meat chickens, and we have just moved them out into our meat bird cage, and they're looking pretty happy in there and enjoying their little bit of a feed and enjoying the sun. And we've got some more meat chickens coming next week, so we'll be following along with these 3 though. So it's coming up tomorrow will be 14 days, I think it is. So we'll do a little video on these guys tomorrow. Well, we've just gone and got the new feeders for the meat chickens. So there we go. And they have worked out the food one pretty quick. They're into that. And they've got a waterer over there. So plenty of fresh water, plenty of fresh food, all ready to go. And just get their light sorted out. So our meat chickens have definitely worked that out. There's their new feeder that we've just put in for them, and they've worked that out very, very quickly because they are hungry little eating machines. It's hard to believe these little guys are only 2 weeks old. Really, 2 weeks old. It's unbelievable. We've got their water over here. So this is their new water feeder that we've put in. So all stainless steel. And in their little box here, we have got a heat lamp and a nice little warm spot for them to go in. So nice little warm spot for them when they're cool off for these cold winter nights. So see if they can work it all out. We're now at the next day, and it is 14 days since we picked up these guys. We've got their water down here. Now it really has helped having it swinging. So it's hanging from the roof there, just off the ground.
and that really helps with cleanliness as well. And their feeder over there, just off the ground, it can swing and stops them getting in and throwing it everywhere. Now I've got a scale here as well, up on top of the chicken coop. This is 14 days since they were little chicks, and I'm going to see if we can get a weight on one by getting one to stand on the scale. It's got a scale here, and it's zeroed in, so we've got that on 0 at the moment. We've got one of the meat chickens, and we're going to put him up on there, see if we can get him to stay there for a second. Come over here, buddy. There we go. He's up on the scale at the moment. Now I'm just going to take my hand away and see if I can get a quick weight. So that's there. My hand is going to go away right now. My hand's off him at the moment. He's still, so he's sitting there at about 700 grams. So that's 0.7 of a kilo, and you can see him there on that scale. That is ridiculous, because that bird is literally, down there with your mates, there you go. Those birds there, all the same size, and that bird there is 14 days old. So there we go. They're here in the pen. We'll get them some more ground cover to come in, but that's 14 days old and around about 0.7 of a kilo.
Rightio, we're at day 21 of our meat birds, and these are our next lot of chicks that we've just got. These guys are 2 days old, but we're at day 21, and we'll go out there and show you the other ones. So there they are, in here under the light, checking it out, and they are little tiny fellas. So see my hand there, and they're little fellas. Hello.
So here's our meat chickens, you can see them there, and the other two are the Isa Browns. They're 2 of our new laying hens. We got these guys at the same time. So this is day number 21 since we got them, and you can see the little ones can go behind, the big ones can't because they're a little bit large. So we might get a weight on these guys and see how they're going. Here we are, this is day 21. And there's our chicken, and it's sitting on the scale there. We're trying to get it to sit still, and I zeroed this in. Now I'm going to zoom in there and try to get a weight. I've just taken my hand away. There you go. 1.3 kilo. There you go. All these chickens are roughly about the same size. So this is 21 days since they hatched, and we've had them for 21 days, and it is 1.3 kilo sitting there. There it is, up on the scale. That is crazy how quickly these little birds grow, the meat birds. So there you go, there's our little update on our meat chickens, and it just sat down on the scale. That's awesome. There you go. That is insane. Day 28, and check out these guys. You can hear the turkey over there on the other side. But this is day 28 of our meat chickens, and we're going to get a weight on them and to show you how they've gone. The other ones are growing strong as well, but these are the first ones, and it's day 28. Scale is all zeroed in, ready to go, and we're going to get a weight on a chicken. Here we go, we've got a chicken there, and on the scale, and we're just going to, I'm going to take my hand off, and we're going to get down here, take my hand off, and it'll stay still. Oops, stay still. The chicken is, there we go, what's that? 2.1 kilo. What? That can't be right. So I've taken off the thing there because that didn't look right. So I'm going to take my hand off and try to get a quick weight there. 2 kilo. You little fatty boomba. That'll be bugging. 28 days and 2.1 kilo. What? That's insane. Over 2 kilos. That's awesome. In there into the little box, they've got somewhere nice and warm, and you can see there how big they are compared to the Isa Browns. And yeah, roughly about 2 kilo each, and they're all the same size, so that's insane. Did you just overhear me as I was doing the video?
I was just over hanging out. Yes, talking to I was just hanging out some washing. And
2.1
yeah,
kilo.
I just heard that and I thought, my goodness, they are getting big, but I wasn't.
Fatty Pumbas.
Wow, goodness.
They're going to be delicious.
Archer says that they're his chicken nuggets.
Yummy, yummy chicken nugget in my tummy.
Anyway, I'm going to get back to what I was doing. Sorry to interrupt. I can't believe that. Bye, turkeys. Bye.
Everyone, like and subscribe. Give it a go.
Please.
Out in our meat bird pen, and you can see them out here having a little scratch around. Now we've got these little guys that we've had in the brooder box inside, and we're going to let them out into here because they're a little bit too big for the brooder box now. So we'll, what do you reckon, babe?
Yeah, I think that's going to be very close. They really need to be out here under the light out here because they've got more area.
I think that'll be way better for them. And we'll get some more hay down in here too. So we'll get to see the other chickens checking them out. So we'll see how they go. So here we go. There's our meat birds. Meat birds are out here right now, and that's the bigger ones. So they're 28 days old, and these little fellas, what are they coming on to 2 weeks? So yeah, I think they're just under 2 weeks. These guys. So they should be right in here, and we'll keep an eye on them all together. It is day 35, and we have got our meat chickens and a couple of Isa Browns there as well. But this is our chick pen, and all of our meat chickens come along just nicely. You can see the little chicks all starting to get some outside feathers as well. And the big ones are there, ready to go. You can see that one down there next to my foot, how big they are. So it is time to get a weight on them. And just put some fresh grass down for them. We've got a bit of a scrap loose in there that we put down for them to have a scratch in, and their food and water. So we'll get a weight on one and see how we go. So here we are, day 35, and we're just trying to get a weight on the chicken. So I'll try to get her to sit on the scale because she's not really on there at the moment, but put the camera down for a second. So here's this chicken sitting on the scale. Now we just, can you move over a bit there, girl? Because she's weighing in around about 3 kilo at 35 days old. That's pretty heavy. I'll just put the camera down. So I just re-zeroed that in, and that's coming in around about the 3 kilo mark. 2.9 to 3 kilo. Yeah, girl, put you down here. She doesn't want to sit in there, but there you go. So sitting at around 3 kilo that's ridiculous. They're huge, 35 days old and 3 kilo. These little ones here are just coming on a couple of weeks old. So that's blown me away, how big that chicken is. And we'll just keep the food up to them, and might be nearly time to fridge them. I think this is week 5, so we said 6 to 10 weeks, but looking at that, it might be closer to 6. Day number 42, and check out these. That is our meat chicken, so that is 6 weeks today, and the big one there, that one there, and this one over here having a feed. Hello. Are 6 weeks old today, and the other ones are a little bit behind that, obviously. But there we go. They're 6 weeks old today. To give you a little comparison of how much they've actually grown in 6 weeks, right beside there, the 2 brown ones are actually Isa Brown. So they're 2 laying hens that we've got in here. We got them at the same time as that big one, that cockerel right next to it. So those 2 there, the big white one and the brown one, are the same age. They were born the same day, and we got them as 1 day old chicks. And there you go. I'm going to eat you too, turkeys. You can see them through there, through the fence there. So I'm going to eat you too. Rightio. So we've decided that these birds are well over 3 kilo for those 3. So we're going to put them into the fridge tomorrow, and we'll do another video with the final weights and how they look as meat in the fridge. So say goodbye to the meat chickens. This is your last supper, guys. Last supper. There you go. Growing our own meat chickens has been a really cool experiment for a little bit. Now, we have done it before. We've been growing our own meat here for over 6 years now, and been breeding out our own birds, doing heritage breeds and all that sort of thing. But decided to try out some meat breeds, and we're doing that now, as you've been following along with.
Yeah.
So how you found it?
Good. I'm fascinated by how quickly they grow.
It's crazy,
That's,
isn't it?
you know, they do grow so fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what weight they dress at.
So now we have thought about both breeding our own and just buying the chicks. So where are
Yeah.
you at with that, you reckon?
Well, I'd like to actually do both, maybe, and work out the costs. I'm not sure. I don't know, because
Because meat chickens eat a lot.
so much? So, yeah, cost
They eat a
effectiveness.
lot of food.
Personally,
Yeah.
I feel like buying the chicks and then raising for the 6 to 8 weeks is
Yeah.
probably more financially.
Well, we've got a local breeder here who breeds out the meat chickens
Yeah.
as well, so we can get them locally. We've got an option of doing it, so we might try down the track,
Yeah.
actually breeding our own as well.
But I think for now, buying the chicks that
Yeah.
just hatched is probably how we're going to go. So.
it'll all be in the tasting, folks, to see how
Yeah.
it goes. So we'll see how it goes down the track when
Yes.
we can actually taste our fruits of our labour.
Yeah.
And by fruit, I mean chicken.
It's a fruit, isn't
Everything
it?
tastes
Yeah.
like chicken, doesn't it?
Sorry,
I had dragon fruit last week. What did it taste like? Chicken.
that's such a dad joke.
I know, it is. It's terrible. Oh, it's like I ate a pelican once. Did you know that?
Did it taste like chicken?
Hey? No, it was somewhere between platypus and koala.
You're an idiot.
I didn't. It's a joke.
It's a terrible joke.
I know it is.
Anyway, back to the meat chickens. They taste
Okay.
like chicken.
They taste like chicken, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll find out. Tomorrow's D-Day, so rightio, we'll see how it goes. So we'll put up a video tomorrow and do the dead weights. We didn't do weights today at the chickens because they're bloody huge and I can't get them to sit on the scales.
Yeah, we'll do dress weights tomorrow. So, yep, all good.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bye.
It has been a windy morning today, and you can hear that wind ripping through now. Well, I hope you can, because I'm feeling it. It's a terrible day, but nice and sunny. You can see clear blue skies, and it's just windy. I've all set up. I've got a fire going over here, and I've got my stuff all set up. So it is meat chicken day, and we're going to finally get a final weight on those 3 meat chickens that we've been following along for the last 6 weeks. So I think we're at day 43, and yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. So we've got basic tools of the job here. For those that don't know, so steel to keep the knives nice and sharp, all the rest of it. I've got a boning knife there that I use. It's a ground down one that I use for doing chickens and birds. Also got another knife there, but we're not using that today. Sharpening stone there. Now that little sharpening stone, it's not my one for my meat knives, it's actually the one for the axe. And if you have a look here, I've just sharpened the axe, and what I've done here is I've actually, there you go, that's how I check my axe. Make sure that it's sharp enough. So if you can't shave with it, don't bother using it. There you go. Fire is cranking away in there. You can see there we've just got a bit of tin on the front and in there, so all the heat punctures up to the top, and we've got our water in there, which we're going to get up to about 73 degrees or so before we start plonking chickens into it, and that'll help loosen the feathers. So obviously it's not that hot yet. When I say 73 degrees, 73 Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'll flash that up on the screen. Also, before we get started, there is a bin there. So we just got a bucket with a bag in it to put feathers and bits and pieces into, so that we don't get them everywhere. There is the first of our chickens that is dispatched, and it is just hanging there, so it's letting some of the blood drain out, and then we'll head over to there and we will get it cleaned up. Rightio, so this is 43 days and the chicken is now cleaned up and dressed up, ready to go, so we can put that into the cold room for a little bit. We've got the chicken feet hearts and liver there as well. And we're just going to move over in here, make a bit of shade there. That is, I'm going to zero that in. Scale is zeroed in and ready to go. I'm over in the cold room at the moment. So we've got the chicken there, and we'll just put it on the scales and we will get a weight on it. So there we go. We'll just sit him straight onto there. Into there somewhere. It's not really going to work for me. It's a little bit big for the scale, but there we go. Roughly, what's that? 2.64 kilo chicken right there, ready to go. So there you go. There's our first of our chickens in the cold room, and I'll get this all shut up, but 2.6 kilo chicken at 6 weeks and 1 day we've had them for. So there we go. Well, there we have it. There is our 3 beef chickens that we've been following along for the last 6 weeks, and in the fridge now, ready to go. And we'll just put them in the cold room here for a little bit on stainless steel racks there, and we'll just give them a day or so in here, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with them after that. We might do a couple little cooking videos with them as well. So averaging out at around about 2.5 kilo dressed, which is absolutely awesome. So they're really good looking chickens, and yeah, we're very, very excited about that. So there we go. That brings us to the end of our meat chickens, pretty much from hatch to dispatch. So there you go.